What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of College Football Coach here, Career Edition. And yes, it happened last episode. We got fired from Muncie, and we got a coaching job at Texas State, a school just as bad. And seeing our recruiting class rankings, we were ranked 82nd. So we'll go over the roster here, as it is a completely new roster. Josh Nash, senior quarterback, 83 overall. Best quarterback we've had so far, so that's kind of interesting at least. But the running back position, not very good, although we do have a freshman to build upon. And our receiving core, the best two are freshmen, so that is good, but still not the best at all. The O-line is horrible. The kicker is bad. He's a senior, though, so he'll be gone. The defensive line is respectable. Linebacking core, not so great. Secondary, pretty bad. We have a couple decent junior safeties, but I don't see them making too much of a mark. So basically, we're just going to play through this season, and then we'll take a look at the stats and stuff at the very end instead of like kind of halfway through, just because we don't really know the players yet. We haven't, had any type of chance to forge a relationship with these guys at all. We don't really know who they are, and most of them are going to be gone anyway. So we'll go through the whole season this way. And then we'll look at their stats and stuff, and then we'll go from there. And the next episode will be kind of back to normal as we get more familiar with the players. So let's go through week one. We're against Nashville. It's a winnable game in terms of rankings, and we do win the game. So we win 23-7. Our first ever game at Texas State is a win, and that is huge. So now we're going at Mount Pleasant, another winnable game. Can we start 2-0? We do. 2-0. Reach the 62 ranked, highest we've done so far in this entire series. Week 3, we're hosting San Diego. And we get our first loss of our Texas State coaching career by a score of 33-7. Fall to 2-1. So now we open up conference play against a winnable team in South Houston. And we're going to lose that one 10-28. So we'll fall to 2-2, 0-1 in the conference. And now our rival, which is going to be Denton, while our time is the time here at Texas State, we're traveling to them and we lose 31-6. We fall to 2-3, lose 3 in a row. Now week 6, we're going to be taking on El Paso on the road. And that's going to be another loss, I believe. But Josh Nash does go up to an 84 overall. We're 2-4. Hosting Troy here. Winnable game. Let's see if we can get it done in week 7. We do. We win 20-10, so we go 3-4 so far. One more win will match our Aaron Rose's career high at any school, and that's at Monroe. Another winnable game, so we have a pretty easy schedule at least. But we do get the loss, so we're 3-5. And now we're going to host Appalachian. This one's probably not going to go well. The rest of the schedule seems kind of hard, and we do lose, so we're 3-6. And now versus Dominion. And that's another loss, 21-17. All the 3-7 versus San Antonio in the second to last week. That's a loss, shutout loss, 20-0. And we'll close things out hosting Tulsa. Another tough game. And another loss. We go 3-9 in our first year at Texas State. Let's see where that is good for 11th in the Sunshine Conference, which is the new conference for us. So let's take a look at the stats here. Josh Nash is done. He had 1,700 yards, 9 touchdowns, 7 picks. Not the worst, not the best. Paul Polk, the junior, who we probably should have been starting Wheeler, but I didn't really go through and change the depth chart, but I will do that for next year. 644 touchdowns. Marquise Wheeler, 441 in a score. True freshman Tyree Davis, who we did recruit that. I believe, yeah, we did recruit him. He is 607, 2 touchdowns. So this freshman class is my recruiting class. I didn't really know how to recruit because I wasn't familiar with the roster yet. So it's not the best recruiting class. 347 in a score. Tyree Mullins, the junior, 309. Frank Morgan, 361, 6 receiving touchdowns. That's the most we've had from a tight end in this series. What did Jonathan Gaither do? He 10 of 14 for field goals, so that's the best percentage. And then the defensive line, probably the best defensive line we've had. 4 sacks for Carpenter, the junior. Senior Eddie Joseph has 6 sacks. So sucks he'll be gone, but Cooper Jennings had a sack. And true freshman Nick Bush, 2 sacks. He was a very cheap freshman for us. Ron McCarthy, 76 tackles. James McGee, 67 tackles. Devon Lane, 78. So, yeah, not a very good linebacking core here. Cam Perlow, a couple picks for us. He's a senior. He'll be gone. True freshman Jeremiah Love, we recruited him. He had 4 picks his freshman year. That's good to see. Khalil Floyd with a pick. Earl Judd, no picks there. He had 3 sacks out of the safety spot. Oops. And Neil Murray, not so great. So all in all, respectable, I guess. Brock Curtis wins the Offense Player of the Year. Deion Tucker for Virginia Poly. Coach of the Year goes to Omar Dunlap, led Missouri undefeated record. Freshman of the Year, Phil Ang from Virginia Poly, duh. Some of the abbreviations on this are really weird. So he gets Freshman of the Year, the All-American team. We scroll through it. No surprises there. We're not on it. All-Freshman team. We actually do get Jeremiah Love makes the All-Freshman team. First time we've ever had someone make the All-Freshman team, so that's good. A lot of firsts here in this episode. Let's take a look at the Sunshine Conference. See if we have any players. I'm assuming Love will probably make it. Eddie Joseph makes it, the senior. And Jeremiah Love, Earl Judd. So we had 3 players. That's a tie. That's tied for the most we've ever had. So we end up 101 on the year. And Missouri loses to Ohio. There's a battle of 2 undefeated teams. Ohio takes the national championship. We end up with 3-9. And we improved on our prestige points. So we're actually going to have 30 this year instead of 28. So that is very good. We have 5 years left on this contract. And Georgia State offers us, but we're declining because we're actually at a better school now. First time I've been able to say that. So I'm very excited for the recruiting this offseason. I think we're going to make some waves here. No transfers. Begin recruiting. Like Josh Nash is a notable guy leaving, as well as Eddie Joseph, Ronnie McCarthy, Cam Perlow. But like I said, we didn't really know these players too well, so there's no real attachment to them. We are definitely in need of some players. O-line. Take a look at the O-line. We definitely do need some help there. I think Leroy Atkinson would be a good acquisition. I'm doing a new strategy. I'm filling the most expensive guys with our biggest holes. That way we can then kind of build depth in the places we don't necessarily need really high skill players at the time. Like linebacking core, we definitely need some help. So DeAndre Morris, I think, will be a good linebacker to come in and play right off the bat. And then cornerback, we need to replace. Well, we got Jeremiah Love, but we still could use some help. So we're going to bring in Mekhi Whitehead. He should be able to play for us right away. And then now we'll go over to the O-line. Alan Moss, 3-star recruit for only $36. That's a steal. You got to do that. If you ever see something like that, make sure you get that. And then we'll go get Arthur Haynes for 44. He's 2-star, but yeah, that was a huge steal there from a 3-star. Brandon Herman, $58, 3-star recruit. Pretty good, too. And then, let's see here. Lucas Samuel, I think, would be respectable at $42. And then Javon Parker, 2-star recruit, $35. Can't really complain there, as we have 2 guys ahead of him anyway. And then we do need to bring in a quarterback. And we don't really have a quarterback that I trust on roster. But I don't want to spend all our money on Skylar Hill. So we are going to bring in a 2-star recruit. Hopefully, we're going to go ahead and bring in Tommy Archer, 3-star recruit. Hopefully, he'll be good enough to start right away. It does take a chunk of our recruiting money, but I think it was definitely needed. And at tight end, we do need some tight end help. Blake Bell, $39. So a lot of holes. We lost a lot of players. We didn't really have much depth to begin with. So losing some of them was not easy to do. Do we need a kicker? But we have a very bad kicker. He's a senior, but we're just going to roll with that. We'll get a $1 kicker later. And then we'll take Jeremiah Booker for $24. And then we'll go get we'll get a corner for $9. Trent Long. So we have $12, and we need a safety, a linebacker, and a kicker. The only safety we can get is $9, though, so we'll just go ahead and grab him. I think we'll see who we need more. We need linebacker help more. So we'll go ahead and get Joel Johnson. And then we have $3 left over. And we need a kicker and a safety. We can't afford any of the safeties. So we'll just go ahead and bring in... I like Dylan McNeil. He sounds better for some reason. So that'll conclude our recruiting class there. We're short of safety, but they'll fill us with a walk-on. So let's take a look at our recruiting class. We made maybe 1 or 2 big names, so we're probably not going to be very high. 75th. It's higher than last year. We're not going to complain too much there. And we got the 117 preseason rank. Projected to go 11th in conference, the record of 1-11. I'm sure we'll be better than that. We'll just save there. So going 3-9, that, in our first season there, winning 2 in a row, it's pretty good. Tommy Archer, true freshman, he's a 68 overall, so that's pretty good. We're actually going to go through and look at the depth chart this time. I know I always forget to seem to forget to do that. Just in case we have some underclassmen that are better, then maybe they can get more XP and experience, and we really don't. Our receiving core is not very good. We did not address that very well. Blake Bell is already the best. This may be a down year in terms of... This may be a bit of a down year in offensive production, but I believe the defense will be there at least. It's definitely a transition year, that's for sure. Yeah, we're going to start Parker over Hancock because he's a freshman. And yeah, so that's pretty much going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you want to enjoy it, please do smash that like button down below. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already for more College Football Coach Career Mode Edition as we try now to turn this Texas State team from nobodies into national champions. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.